All right, Jason, what's happening, brother? Thank you so much for jumping on this exit call with me. We've come to the end of the first phase of your program, and I just wanted to ask you a couple questions about, what you learned during our time together, your experience and whatnot, and in hopes that it's going to resonate with some people. Like I mentioned right before we just started this recording, where you were when we first started, and then what you accomplished throughout our time together, and then exactly where you are now, I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people out there. So let's just jump right in. What were you struggling with when we first met?
So when we first met, I was, didn't have much confidence in any of the abilities I had. I was kind of lost, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't really know where to start. It's been years since I've been in a gym and anything else. So you kind of got a lot of ground to make up,
Mm-hmm.
and just not knowing where to start.
And then what were some of the things that we implemented for you?
So the biggest thing is, having accountability, having, that I can reach out. So, a meal plan to follow, workouts to follow, doing 4 days a week, but nothing ridiculous, nothing that was asking the world, it was all manageable items that can be done. And I did it.
Yes, you did. So you were first struggling with just no plan, no direction, no clarity, no vision, no excitement, right? And then we basically built out your program for you, and it sounds like we tried to make it as simple and easy and convenient for you as possible, so it's realistic, right? So you can sustain the routine.
Yeah.
And kind of understand what the expectations are, so if you're on track or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so what were the results during our time together? Whether it's inches, weight loss, I know you had some performance goals. What kind of things did you accomplish during our time together?
So, overall weight loss, I think I ended up around 8 pounds or so loss through the program, but mentally I'm way better. My stamina is way better. I did a 9-mile hike this past weekend up at Yosemite at 8,000 feet. So, we're in 4 months ago when we started, that wouldn't even be an option. So, just that mindset of it, having more confidence in every aspect of that.
And not just that, but help the people watching where your mindset was before we started. Where were you mentally before we started?
I was pretty down on myself and just kind of life itself. I mean, life's good and all, but there was something lacking, and being outdoors has always been a part of my life. But over the last few years, I had some big life changes that I kind of put everything to the back burner and gained a whole bunch of weight and kind of, lost all that. And I was able to find a lot of that back within a short amount of time.
Yes, sir. I noticed, I mentioned it right before we started the recording, how much of a shift you've made from a mindset perspective. You're taking action now. You're not hesitating or procrastinating. You're figuring it out along the way versus overanalyzing and then paralyzing yourself and not doing anything about it. You're moving that needle forward every week that we work together. And that's why it's been such a pleasure working with you. There's a lot of people like you, though, that they don't take the action and they continue to procrastinate and overanalyze and give themselves all of the objections as to why they can't do something, right? So there's probably a lot of people that are sitting on the fence right now that are watching this. What would you say to somebody that is sitting on the fence, someone who's just unsure to take that risk, because that's where you were, right? And it probably took you a minute to actually decide to take action and make that commitment. So what would you say to somebody else that might be watching this that is on the fence about investing in themselves and their health?
Well, the worst, thing I always said is, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, I'm not going to go backwards by trying to make progress. It's hard to do that. So any kind of result that I get is going to be a positive from where I'm currently at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, for me, it's a big investment, but if you go in with the mindset that a good coach isn't free. And so to spend the money, you got to do it if you want a good coach. If you want a coach that's on your corner.
Right, right. You get what you pay for, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't put a band-aid on something if you need surgery for it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right on, man. Wait, Jason, I appreciate you opening up. I really am sure that this message resonates with some people out there that were very much in the same position that you were in before we started. And I'm really excited to see where your journey goes from here. So we'll go ahead and end it right there. But thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks.